Welcome back to Dine Northwest, the only terrestrial radio talk show about the great food and the great restaurants and the great hospitality industry of the great Northwest. I'm Paul Schlienz, and I'm from the Washington Restaurant Association. And our show is sponsored by Maitre D' by Posera, and that's the leading provider of restaurant point-of-sale systems and management solutions. If you've got any questions or topics that you want us to cover, please visit us on Facebook by going to facebook.com/Dine Northwest, and that will take you to our very interesting Facebook page, which I know you will want to like and has all of the information that you could possibly want about the program, and we'll have links to past programs and material about guests, and just please check it out and definitely give us a like. But now on the show, we have on the line from Olympia, Chad Pearson of the Washington State Employment Security Department. And hello, Chad.
Hello, Paul.
Well, Chad, the reason we've got you on the program is that there's a very interesting program with employment security that I know that restaurants are going to want to know about, and that's called the Shared Work Program. So why don't you tell us about that?
That's right, Paul. There is a great program out there. It's called the Shared Work Program, put on by Employment Security, and it helps employers avoid layoffs by allowing them to reduce their payroll hours and let their skilled staff receive partial unemployment benefits to make up for some of the lost wages.
Yeah. Well, now, what are the requirements for employers to be part of this program?
Sure. There's just a handful of requirements that are on there, and as we go along, I'll have a phone number for you that can answer more questions that way. But in a realistic sense, the employer needs to be registered in the state of Washington for 6 months. They need to be current on their unemployment taxes. They need to continue providing unemployment benefits or employee benefits when the employees are on shared work, and that really counts as vacation or sick leave, different things that they are offering to them currently. And when they put them on this shared work program, they would need to continue to offer those types of benefits to the employees. They need to reduce the hours by 10 to 50%. They need to designate a company liaison, someone that's going to work in between the employees and employment security so that we have someone to talk to. And they also need to sign up at least 2 employees.
Right. Well, now speaking of the employees, I know there are some requirements for the kinds of employees that can be brought into this program.
Yeah, that's right. There are a handful of requirements there, too. The employees need to be permanent, not someone that is hired for temporary basis or short-term hire. They can be part-time or full-time, so it doesn't. It's a new change in the law this year that allows them to be part-time workers also. They need to be paid hourly or converted to hourly. So if it's a salaried employee, if you're going to put your employees on shared work, then you would need to make the adjustment and pay them during that time on an hourly basis. They need to be eligible for regular unemployment benefits, which means they need to have at least 680 hours in the last base year. And they also need to be able and available to work all hours that are offered by the employer.
Yeah. And are there any other restrictions or limitations?
Well, a couple of them. It's not for corporate officers or major shareholders of a business, so the owner of it wouldn't be able to put themselves on the shared work, even though they may pay unemployment benefits for themselves. It's also not for normal business slowdowns or seasonal reductions, which mostly falls into maybe an agricultural type role as opposed to the restaurant industry.
Right. Now, how long has this program been around? I mean, it sounds like a really smart, really good program that I think a lot of employers would want to get into. But how long has it been around?
Sure. The program was created in 1983, coming out of the early 80s recession on there. It was created by the state legislature to help companies go through the bumps in the road. And it has stayed in place all the way up to the current time on there.
Yeah, and now I imagine that an awful lot of employers have used this along the way. Do you have a ballpark figure of how many employers have used this program?
Yeah, Yeah, and I'll talk about the peak year. In 2010 was kind of the peak year of the shared work program. There was more than 3,700 employers in the state of Washington that was using the shared work program. That was over 51,000 employees that were participating, and they say that it helped save over 20,000 jobs during that time.
Yeah,
Currently, we have. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's incredible. But go ahead.
Sure, I was going to say, and currently we have about 880 employers on it as the economy is getting better and things are improving. We still have 880 employees on it, or employers on it, and more than 14,000 employees that are currently using the program.
Yeah, well, no, and it's just such a good deal because it does keep people at work, and yeah, it's a lot better to have a job even if it's being shared.
And it really is. That's the goal of the program, is to keep people working, keep them having benefits, and really to keep the momentum going in the economy. The federal government's making a big push for this program, and it really is, the idea is to keep the momentum going in the economy.
Yeah, and also it's a way to keep the employees tied with the employer rather than losing that tie during a layoff, and awful lot of times that's they're laid off and that's it. So I mean this is a way for both employee and employer to hold on to each other and keep the relationship going.
It's one of the huge benefits of this program, and it does allow employers to keep their skilled work staff, because the partial unemployment benefits, which the employees receive in correlation to the reduction in hours that they have, really provides extra income for these employees, and also they don't have to go and look for additional work during that time. It's part of the shared work program. They don't have to go look for other jobs, and it really gives a sense of comfort for the employer that during this brief period of time, or during this time when things are slow, that they're going to have these employees or skilled staff that can come back to work for them when business picks back up.
Yeah. Well, now how do employers sign up for the program?
Well, there's the best way to find out more information about it is to go to our website, which is www.esd.wa.gov/shared-work. And so most of the information is available on there, but there's also a phone number that they can call, which is 800-752-2500, and there's a great team of the shared work staff that can help answer questions and help get applications and things together for everyone.
Well, now, where do you see this program going in the future?
Mm-hmm. Well, this program's been in place, as we said earlier, since 1983. So I would see this program continuing on and on. The state of Washington was a model for the rest of the nation, and the federal government said, "Hey, look at the state of Washington and how well they did this." 26 other states have this program also. The big benefit is it helps you keep your skilled staff and your workers when things slow down, and it lets you pick business when business picks back up, that you're able to get everyone back on board and moving faster.
Yeah, no, and that's the name of the game, I think, and really it does seem to do it very well. Now, is there anything that I haven't asked you about the program that you'd like to add?
Sure. Well, between now and June of 2015, the federal government's offering a special incentive to employers who use the shared work program. Typically, when a business will lay off somebody or put them on partial shared work benefits, the benefits that are paid out to the employees in the long term go to the experience tax rating, which an employer pays on an annual basis. Through June of 2015, the federal government's paying more than 92% of these benefits. Therefore, it's not charged to the employer. So that's a big benefit, and plus, it's virtually free for the employers to use through June of 2015.
Yeah, no, so that's just a really good deal. And are you seeing a lot of employers taking advantage of this?
Yeah, it was a huge benefit. It makes it a great opportunity for employers to ensure that they're going to be able to, make some hiring decisions and do things, in place and have a little bit of it gives them a little bit of a leeway if the economy doesn't pick up as fast as they had thought that it would do.
Which industries are you seeing using the program the most?
Sure. Manufacturing is typically the number one user of the program. The construction industry has been a huge user of it during the last couple of years, and even though construction is getting better, they're still number two. Retail. When you look at last month, though, and the numbers that came out from Employment Security, we saw that in the hospitality industry, more than 4,800 jobs were shed last month. Now, some of those are obviously because of the end of summer and things change, but there are still businesses that are struggling and determining how to get through this fits and starts of the economy.
Yeah, no, it's been tough for everybody. Although definitely I can see improvement at this point.
Sure.
And it's obvious, but it's great. It's great that we have something like this to make it easier for people and for businesses to get through this. Well, now you gave out the website before and also the phone number. Why don't you give that out again one more time so everybody listening can have that, because I think a lot of our listeners who are restaurant owners are going to really want to jump on this one and write it down and put it somewhere safe so they can call it the next time they need it.
That's great. Sure. The phone number again is 800-752-2500, and there's a staff for the shared work program that is there just for that scenario to be able to talk through that. Very experienced staff that can walk through different scenarios and situations with the employer, so that can help. Our website is www.esd.wa.gov/shared-work. And on our website is a video, which might be for those of you who are visual people, like to see the information or share it with somebody else. There's a video on there that you can take a look at. It might give a good explanation of this.
Chad, thank you for being on the show. We'll be back with Dine Northwest, the only terrestrial radio talk show about the great food and the great restaurants and the great hospitality industry of the great Northwest, only on KLAY AM 1180, your conversation station.